there's a secret Easter egg in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies right now that you can do to unlock this sick blueprint. This is absolutely my favorite camo I've ever seen before in a Call of Duty game. Yes, I said that. It is absolutely sick, and I'm going to show you guys every single step that you need to do in Modern Warfare 3 Zombies right now in the new Dark Ether in order to unlock this. Now, it is not exactly easy, but it is not impossible to do. I'm going to give you tips and tricks in order for you to do this extremely easy. So let's hop right in. Without wasting any time, let's hop right into the requirements. So first of all, while you're still in the overworld, make sure that you have a full team. I would suggest 6 players for this. However, you can easily do this with 3 players if you are a couple of skilled players, and prepare yourselves. So you need to make sure that you get an inhibitor from a spore contract while you're still in the overworld. You're going to bring that into the Dark Ether. There is a reason for it. It is a part of the Easter egg, and it will save you a ton of time. Also, make sure that you enter the Dark Ether with an Elder Sigil, not a regular sigil. Some people get confused on this sometimes, and they'll enter with the wrong one. It will allow you to do all these steps, but you will not unlock the blueprint in the end. So it's, I guess, a practice run. I don't know why you would ever do that, but anyway, so you only have 15 minutes, so you need to do this quick. So make sure you watch all the steps in this video, rewatch anything, or ask questions down below. The first step that you're going to do is go down to the bottom of this tower here, and you are going to throw that inhibitor that you brought in. What's going to happen is it's going to obviously expose it. Then you want to shoot the spore. Once you have shot the spore, it's going to drop an item. Now this detector is like a little, almost like a little scanner, a visual scanner, if you will. When you hold it up, you're not going to see anything at first unless you look at a particular spot. So I actually wasn't aware of where this trail started, so to speak, because I have not done this before. So someone showed me over here on the right, you will find an arrow, and all you want to do is make sure that you scan these properly. Make sure that you hear the sound indicator. There will be a little indication via sound while you're scanning these to make sure that you know that you're actually doing this correctly, and you want to run through and make sure you scan each one correctly. Now I go ahead and hand it over to my friend here so I can focus on showing you guys the path, because that's more important. You should be able to find brightly yellow lit up arrows. I don't think that that's going to be too difficult. So this is the path. You want to follow the guy in blue. He's right in front of me, and you just want to keep walking through and scan those arrows as you go through. In this second part, you're going to climb the objects. All right, so you're going to climb up here, and he just scans. He's scanning the statues. And then towards the end, what you're going to do is you're going to curve around to the right here. Now, watch out for zombies. You need people doing crowd control while you're doing this. You can see this. We had to pause for like about 30 full seconds, which is why I sped up this film just to get through. But once we were through, he goes over to the left here, keeps scanning. Make sure you're just checking the whole time. I would just hold out the scanner. But what happens at the end is you're going to get a damp gold skull. No idea why they decided to make it damp. Regardless, we press on, take the skull, make sure that you don't lose it, because each one of these items is required for the next step. Now the detector at this point is not needed. You can leave it on the ground. It does not matter. Make sure you're all organized with this, because guys, remember, 15 minutes, Elder Sigil, be on your best game. Because most players, yes, you can comment down below and say, oh, I can finish this in 8 minutes. I can do this, I can do this. Not everyone's going to be able to do that. So all I suggest to people is to mitigate any disasters that you may run into in the Dark Ether. Just be very quick. Follow the path that I do here. Don't question it, memorize it, know where you're going. I would highly suggest at least one person have a scorcher so you can do this. Fire yourself on top of this gold whale, otherwise climb your way up the stairs or however you get to the 3rd floor, and you will get this IT thumb drive when you offer up your item. Now remember, again, you need the skull on you, right? So that you can then offer the skull. It's gonna give you that option. So just make sure that you have it on you when you do that. So now with the IT thumb drive, we're gonna fight a mini boss. So this is located in C3. It took us a minute to actually find it because someone got us confused, but thankfully this guy Iron Rings on my team happened to know what he was doing. So we're gonna go over to this building right here. It has like little triangle pillars at the bottom with the staircase kind of exposed in the middle. You're gonna go ahead and climb your way up, take that IT thumb drive and plug it into this computer. Now, once you do that, a boss will spawn. Its name is like the Keymaster or something. He holds a tower key. That is the basis of it. Very creative name. Took them a long time to really come up with that, probably at least 4 corporate level meetings, to come up with that name. But anyway, I'll stop joking. So anyway, you need to kill him. He's just a Mangler. He's a named Mangler. Nothing special, nothing crazy. You're essentially doing a mini boss fight. Also, make sure that you watch out for these side rooms. A Mangler actually spawned right behind one of my teammates. Thankfully, I was able to warn him. Just generally speaking, make sure that you're aware and that you're all using your RGLs, your Scorchers, your ray guns, things of that nature to do a crowd control while you do damage to the boss. Once he's killed, he will drop this key here. Make sure you pick it up, and let's go to the next location. So at this point, we are nearing the end of our journey. There's only a few more steps, but they are huge and they are very important to do. So first of all, go to the highest tower in the area and you're gonna find this locked door. Now with the tower key, you're obviously going to unlock the tower room. So what's gonna happen is you're gonna wait for all of your friends to make their way up. Make sure you use the buses and the cars that are floating around the building to make your way up if you don't have a scorcher. It is difficult for the beginner player, like the first person or first time that you've ever seen it. So make sure that you're careful with those. But once you actually unlock that door, there'll be a wonder weapon case, there will be a portal, there'll be a couple of items for you, and where it's going to teleport you to is to the boss fight from the Ascension mission. So yes, this is going to be the last step, but it's a little bit different than you may think. So here are the key differences between this fight and the one from Ascension. So in Ascension, you remember you have Ava and you have your other teammate, and what happens is they actually are quote unquote fighting the boss while you're fighting. So there's two phases to it. However, with this, there's going to be one large phase. And so the mechanics are exactly the same. And I'm going to break it down here because I actually don't have a video on my channel breaking down this boss fight. So I'm going to break it down for you guys. So at least one person needs to be doing crowd control whenever you're hopping around to the islands. Because when you hop around to a brand new island, there will be zombies already on that island typically, as you can see here. But as you can see, I have a friend who has an RGL who is firing it at the ground and doing amazing crowd control for us, allowing us to focus our DPS or damage per second directly on the boss, because you need to focus on those little orbs that are on the boss so that you can destroy them. And if you destroy them all in a phase, like right here, if we were to get this all before she teleports again, then you get a big damage boost, and you'll see it here in a second. You'll get a chunk of damage off of her health. So it's paramount, or it's very, very important rather, that you get them all, because as you can see there, it chunks her health off. And so it only took a couple of phases for us because we hit every single time we were able to complete all of them. But that is predicated on the fact that you are jumping over the islands as soon as she teleports over there. So you need to be on your best game if you want to do this quickly. Now the timer does restart, so you can take solace in the fact knowing that you have a full 15 minutes to do this boss fight. But if you have 3 players, that may be difficult for you. So again, 1 player minimum, no matter how big your team is. Do crowd control, bring an RGL upgraded, shoot it at the ground, slug rounds, whatever you want to do. I prefer slug for sure, but shoot it at the ground, and that will allow your friends to then focus like I'm doing right here, which was a huge help. Now we had 6 players. I would suggest there's a Call of Duty Discord. I'll link down in the description down below. It's like the official one. There's like, I think 100,000 people or something ridiculous in it, and people post all the time in LFG zombies, so you can look up other players to play with. That's actually where I found some of these people. So generally speaking, it's very easy for you to go out and actually find the teammates that you need. But to get 6 people, there's a little bit of a lobby trick that you have to do, or you just find the players in a random game, right? Search up a game and then say, hey, who wants to join? So anyway, that's pretty much it. Once you have fired all of the orbs on the boss, what's going to happen is she's going to explode. You're going to get this huge, awesome effect. Definitely the absolute best ending to any mission or anything that Modern Warfare 3 Zombies has brought. Definitely my favorite mission. But at the end, instead of finishing the mission, you will get the entity blueprint. And I got a surprise for you guys. Not only do you get the entity blueprint, you get a reward rift with schematics. Now, I don't know if it's confirmed. I've only done this once, all right? But I was able to get Grenade Bandolier. I already have all the schematics unlocked. I was able to get Grenade Bandolier, and I handed it over to one of these random friends of mine. Now, you're also going to get the blueprint. So what I mean by that, you're physically going to get the gun. You can see it there. It's the STG. It's only for the STG, which is absolutely, that is a war crime. If you're listening to me right now, that is a war crime. They threw this camo on a single gun, guys. I mean, what even is that? So here I am. I'm looking around for the gun thinking that we only got one of them. But the reality is that it's actually in the reward rift still, so I'll pull that out in a second. But as you can see, I handed that schematics over. You gotta have that good karma, you know what I mean, guys? So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and reach for the gun now, and I'm gonna show you guys actually inspecting it, because generally speaking, this is the favorite camo that I've ever had in my life. You can see it here from a third-person perspective, and it looks ridiculous. Like, can you imagine this in multiplayer? I'm gonna get so much footage of this in multiplayer and be able to use it. I cannot wait. So here I am pulling it out, and I'm gonna go ahead and inspect it in a second. You guys, make sure that you smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I just appreciate guys watching my videos all the way through and through. So if you did, make sure you comment down below something funny or something like that, or let me know what you think about this camo. Comment that down below, and I definitely want to discuss this because this camo is absolutely sick. Definitely my favorite so far. But if you guys appreciated this video, smash that like button and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. That is it. That's how you unlock the Entity Blueprint. Thank you so much, and I'll catch you in the next one.